Every battle is for a season. Every battle is for a moment. Seasons are seasonal when we are fighting the battle of life. I'm sure you know that tears only endure for a night. Joy will come in the morning. And that morning is close, because no matter how dark is the night, very soon a day will dawn. And when it's a new day, it's like going to the labor room. I've been to labor room several times, and I've noticed that the moment you start to dilate, the head of the baby is out, you're trying to push, pain is excruciating, terrible, terrible, terrible pain. But give it some time. The baby comes out like that. The baby comes out, and before you know it, the placenta is out. Then the next thing is ease, ease, ease. I'm so excited to let you know that whatever you are going through now, this season will pass. It's not going to be consistent. It's not going to be forever. Mo fẹ́ fi ọkàn èèyàn kankan balẹ̀. Ọkàn èèyàn tó ń gbọ́ mi lénìí balẹ̀ wípé ìgbà máa yí padà. Àsìkò yá tún yàtọ̀. Ó dàbí ẹni tó ń rọbí ni. Tí ó dùn, ìnira yẹn pọ̀, ìrora yẹn pọ̀, ó le gan. Ìgbà míì kò ṣeé mú mọ́ra. Labour pain kò kí ń ṣe nǹkan téèyàn lè mú mọ́ra. Àánú lèèyàn máa ń rí gbà láti lè bí ọmọ tí téèyàn bá ń rọbí. Ṣùgbọ́n tí ọmọ bá ti jáde, tí ibi ọmọ jáde, ara wá rọ̀yàn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nǹkan tí ò ń là kọjá lénìí, ìgbà míì ń bọ̀, ìgbà rere ń bọ̀, àsìkò míì ń bọ̀, àsìkò rere ń bọ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí àsìkò ìnira yẹn kó borí ògo tó ń bọ̀. For the joy that is set before him, he endured the cross and despised the shame. The only thing that kept Joseph going, moving in the midst of crisis, battles, turbulence, storms, was because he saw a star. He knew that the stars of his brother and his parents would bow. He knew that one day this season will be over. He knew that it cannot continue like this. And that is the heart in which I'm bringing this word to you today, to let you know that you cannot think that this problem will be permanent. It's not possible. Don't think it. Ó lè le bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o, ó lè le gan. Yorùbá ní ó ń ṣe ọmọ olóòkú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Wọn ò ní símọ́ àwọn òbí ẹ̀. I don't know if you have been through pain in this life, and it's like your head is going to break into two. The headache, migraine, high blood pressure, stomach upset, anxiety, panic is saying the same thing in your body at the same time. It's like they have pushed you to tsunami or hurricane in your feelings. I have a good news for you. It's for a season. It's not going to be permanent. Your present situation is not your final destination. That word, somebody needs to hear it today. That even if you are feeling, kí ni mo ṣe tá mo ṣe, ogun leléyìí, hear me. There is someone behind the scene, shaking the scene, monitoring the scene that you don't see. Ẹni tó dá ojú ó ríran, ẹni tó dá etí ó ń gbọ́ràn. Sometimes the one behind the scene, shaking the scene, and you don't see him, is intentional about what you are going through. He wants you to go through it. He wants you to pass through it. And let me say this, is a passage. That is why you will say, you don't know what I'm passing through. It's a passage. Nobody sleeps in the passage. You will pass through your own. I will pass through my own. Everybody will pass through their own, and they will come back with testimonies. Very sure of that. I have a good news for you. Every battle is for a season. Every battle is for a moment. And every battle is for a reason. I'm sure you are asking me, reason, Benny. There's always a reason. I remember several years ago, I was in the storm that if I tell you the story, you'll be crying for 1 month. You won't be crying, you just be crying for me. Pé irọ́ ni. Ṣé ìyá ìlà nǹkan tó lè kọjá? It was tough. And that's why these days, whatever comes my way, you know what I used to say? Bring it to the ground is not the size of God. Because the ones I went through, I now discovered that it was for a reason. My firstborn son, Prophet GF Adetuberu, we were packing India hemp from his car, from his Jeep. Today, he was, let me put it this way, he has become the god of the bad boys. He has become a father to thousands today. The reason is there was no way he would have been a blessing to anybody if he had not gone through that battle. I'm only praying for everyone at the sound of my voice today that the reason why you are battling, the reason why you are fighting, the reason why you are going through the storms of life, that reason, ìdí tí Ọlọ́run fi gbà á láyè, ìdí tí ó fi ń la àwọn nǹkan yẹn kọjá, ìdí yẹn ó máa wá sí rere tí wàá lè rí i pé no wonder. I did not know that the seasons of my life, the battles I fought, is for my son to become a voice in the generation that are deep in cultism, deep in drugs, deep in everything. How will he be able to talk to them? How will he be able to help them if he has not been through that? That is the good news I have for you today. Every battle, every crisis, every storm is for a reason. No wonder when Joseph was put in the prison, it's for a reason. Because he's going to meet someone that will introduce him to his palace. Can you imagine? Prison. Ọlọ́run kí ló wá dé? Olúwa báwo ló ti jẹ́ Olúwa tí ọ̀tá ó fi dojú kọ mí? Wàá sunkún. If you didn't go through the prison, ní meet ẹni tó máa gbé ẹ dé palace. And that is the good news for someone today. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM 105.9 in the city of Ibadan. Ibadan, I celebrate you. I treasure you. Thank you for allowing me access. Thank you for listening to the voice of wisdom, the voice of reasoning. Thank you for responding to the truth that is always coming on Shematters. I appreciate you dearly. And I'm saying it from the depth of my heart. I celebrate all my fans. I really, really celebrate you. You are simply the best. On behalf of Dr. Nkaju Elaifele, a visionary leader, a man that is very selfless and sacrificial when it comes to his vision. I'm telling you the truth. He's very selfless and sacrificial. He denied himself to give the best to Fresh FM Nigeria. On his behalf, I welcome you to Shematters. Please do me a favor today. Don't listen alone. Tell your friends, your neighbors, a word is coming to you today. It's for a season, it's for a reason, it's a word for the moment. Because what I'm discussing today is so powerful, it's so deep. Everybody goes through it. Everybody experience it. Everybody have been through it. It's still going to be through it because it's part of the package of life. Life has packaged itself in a way that this topic of today is important, is relevant. It will happen. If it has not happened to you, it's still going to happen to you. If it's happening to you, you will learn from it. You will learn from the things I'm going to be sharing today. If you are still saying that, láyé, I'm fortified, I'm covered, I'm protected, matore. In the university of problems, there are no professors. Everybody will go through this point I am going to be talking about today. And that word is betrayal. Betrayal. A lot of questions has come to me in that light. I'll just use this first session to talk about it briefly because I know it's a word for the season, betrayal and vengeance. Adìyẹ dà mí lóògùn, mo fẹ́ fọ́ lẹ́yìn. Somebody hurts me badly. What do I do? Should I stay on the spot and be crying and be mourning? Kí n kàn jókòó síbẹ̀ kí n máa sunkún, kí n máa wá ẹkún mu? Àbí kí ni kí n ṣe? Ìjákulẹ̀ ó di dandan. Wọ́n á já ìkulẹ̀, gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ìwọ nìkan ló kù mí kù. Olúwa, ọ̀rẹ́ ayé wọ́n ń já ní ìkulẹ̀. Wọ́n ń dá ní àwọn èèyàn á dà ẹ̀. Ìgbà míì gan ìwọ á da àwọn èèyàn. Ẹ ti dà àwọn èèyàn rí. Gbẹ̀ jẹ́ ká fi ìwọ tó dàyàn sílẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn tó ń dà ẹ̀. Ẹ̀san, màá gbẹ̀san, màá gbẹ̀san, mo máa gbẹ̀san. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wò bó ṣe yẹ kó rí lénìí. Because listen to me. Betrayal, the pain of betrayal is painful than rape, especially in relationship. It's painful than the death of a child, especially when you have put your heart, your soul, your spirit, everything about you, you've put it in that relationship. And suddenly, you just found out that you are being played on. They play on your finance, play on your emotions, play on your commitment, play on your vows and pledges. And it's like, what? Tó bá ti já ìkulẹ̀, ìjákulẹ̀ ó le ju kéèyàn kọ́mọ èèyàn kú lọ. I'm telling you. Ìjákulẹ̀ ó le ju pé kí kán fipá báyàn lò pọ̀ lọ bí èèyàn 5-4 kán fipá báyàn lò pọ̀ ó jù lọ. Ọgbẹ́ egbò ẹ̀, dídùn ẹ̀ ó ń wọ egungun. Tí èèyàn bá rẹ́ni tó jáyàn kulẹ̀, àgàgà nínú relationship. Màá gbẹ̀san, èmi á gbẹ̀san, ẹ̀san ní tèmi màá gbà. Tí ìjákulẹ̀ bá dé, àwọn èèyàn á wò pé kí n gbẹ̀san ni. Mo fẹ́ sọ fún wa lénìí pé ẹ̀san gbígbà ó ní bó ṣe jẹ́. Bá a ṣe rí ìjákulẹ̀ ó rí bó ṣe jẹ́. Báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe when I'm fully, completely betrayed? Do I keep going about with the pain of betrayal? Let me say this to you. Anytime you feel betrayed, anytime somebody does something to you, there is a rush of emotions that would cause you to have anxiety, panic, cancer, ulcer, headache, migraine, blood pressure. When the wave or the wind of betrayal floods you and blow you, all these things will be happening to you at the same time. Do you know that till tomorrow they've not been able to explain the root of cancer? They have not been able to say, nǹkan báyìí ló ń fa jẹjẹrẹ. And let me tell you something. One of the root cause of most of the sickness or ailments that we have today is traceable to emotional wounds. Pain. Pain that you will not be able to explain. Àwọn nǹkan tó máa dùnyàn débi pé tó bá ní nǹkan dùnyàn wọ egungun, iṣan, tí èèyàn ò ní lè ṣàlàyé. Àwọn kan ń gbọ́ mi lénìí. Ẹ̀yin náà rán mi sí o. Mo sọ fún ẹ pé tọ́n bá tí ìjà ìkulẹ̀, wọ́n sì máa já ìkulẹ̀. Ìjákulẹ̀ ó wà lára nǹkan tí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa nínú ayé. Ara nǹkan tí ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ayé ni. Torí pé kí ni? Àwọn tá à ń bá ṣe pọ̀ nínú ayé wọn ò pé. Wọn ò pé. They will disappoint you. They will betray you. They will do things to you that wàá máa wò pé kí ni mo ṣe tí mo fi deserve eléyìí. ìdí nìyẹn tó fi jẹ́ wípé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi lénìí ẹ láti fi ọkàn gbọ́ mi dáadáa torí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bá wa sọ yìí is deeper, is stronger, is powerful. It's not something that you will take with levity because listen, àwa obìnrin, this is Shematters, la máa ní àrùn jẹjẹrẹ jù, cancer. Science have proven it. Several years ago, we have a friend that had cancer. So she was sent to a particular hospital in Philippines. And when they gave me the analysis of cancer in a woman, I still have it written somewhere. That the moment women, listen to me, I'm talking to women now. This is Shematters special edition for women because àwọn obìnrin la máa ń ní bitterness jù, la máa ń feel the pain of betrayal. Most men too do. We are all human beings, but women we feel the pain of betrayal more because of the way we are wired. A woman is wired like a noodle. Like a noodle. That's the way we are wired. We cannot separate ourselves from husband, from children, from work, from friends. Our lives are interwoven. That's the way women are wired. So when betrayal comes, it gets deep into us, messes us up, frustrates us, and make us to lose it. So that's why I'm focusing on women. Same thing happens to men. There are men that are more emotional than women. So please don't look at it from the female angle alone. But let me focus on women now. When that woman went for chemotherapy, for treatment, she's dead now. The analysis they gave us in Philippines says that, have you noticed, let me put it in a practical way, when anything happens for a woman, maybe wọ́n kàn pé ẹ sí pé bóyá ọmọ ẹ travel, ó kàn déédéé gbọ́ pé wọ́n accident ṣẹlẹ̀ níbì kan, the next thing is you go to the toilet. Inú ẹ̀ á ti dàrú. It shows that everything about your intestine, everything about you has been affected by that news. Now, they said that if a woman has problem consistently with children, tó bá yẹ pé àwọn ọmọ èèyàn ló ṣàǹfùyàn ní problem ṣá, you are prone to colon cancer, cancer of the intestine. And I can figure it out. I can put two and two together because of the way most women, me that I'm talking to you, tí nǹkankan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ńsìn, any news, especially bad news, toilet mo ń lọ straight. I have to start dealing with this because of the knowledge that I have now about cancer. So the betrayal of a child, bóyá ọmọ ẹ mutí, ó mugbó, kò ṣe dáadáa, ọkàn ẹ ò balẹ̀, nǹkankan ṣà ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa ọlọ́mọdé. The next thing is what? Cancer of colon. Bóyá torí pé inú làwọn ọmọ yẹn sùn ní àti ẹ̀ mọ̀. Bóyá yẹn ni mi lè sọ, mi lè analyze, mo ṣe omi náà ń ro ni. Colon cancer, cancer of the intestine, jẹjẹrẹ ìfun. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi, mo ń take in somewhere today ni o. Tó bá jẹ́ marriage, tó bá jẹ́ pé your husband divorced, there's a problem, your husband betrayed you, had another woman, blah blah blah. The next thing is breast cancer. Now, have you noticed as women, if anything happens to you that is not comfortable, there's a place on your breast that you feel a strain. Bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kẹ́ máa gbọ́ mi ẹ̀yin obìnrin o. Àdúrà mi ni pé ẹ ní fọjọ́ lọ́jọ́ lọ. Ọwọ́ tó ṣẹ́gun sí ẹ̀ ló máa jẹ́. You will not labor physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. You will not labor in vain. No. You will not labor in vain. But you need to understand. You see, what I'm sharing with you today, I've been there. I've been there. And I understand what it means when your son, when your daughter, when your children are not doing well. I know. And that is why I'm teaching you now. How do I handle betrayal? How do I handle bitterness? Should I keep sucking it in? Okay. gbé sínú tó bá gbé sínú cancer ló ń gbé sínú nìyẹn o. And let me tell you the truth, cancer is very expensive to treat. That's why it's a deadly disease. It's very expensive. Tó bá ti ní báyìí, God forbid, máa palẹ̀ mọ́. Àfi o tó bá rẹ́ni tó lágbára Ọlọ́run fún prayers like Prophet Jeff Adetuberu, mo ti rí cancer tó sá lọ. I'm being honest with you. And it's free without kobo. But what I'm saying is this, because mi lè sọ pé Ọlọ́run ò lè ṣe, I'll be denying divinity if I say when you have cancer that's the end. No, agbára Ọlọ́run ṣì wà tó ń heal, tó ń deliver. What I'm telling you today is very clear. Bitterness defiles. Bitterness contaminates. Bitterness gives you an untimely death. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi, mi ò ní gbà, mi ní gbà, wàá gbóhùn ẹni yẹn, wàá fẹ́ bì. Bitterness, excruciating pain and anger. Gbọ́ mi. The bad part of this news, our story, is that ẹni tó ṣe ẹ́ níbi, ẹni tó ní ẹ́ lára, ẹni tó hurt ẹ́ deeply, ó ti move on. Bitterness, unforgiveness is like drinking poison, thinking somebody would die. You are killing yourself. Wàá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbọ́ mi báyìí. Báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ gbọ̀n dànù? Báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ bọ́ nínú ọgbẹ́ ọkàn yìí, egbò ọkàn yìí tó ti ń kẹ̀, ó ti kẹ̀? Báwo ló ṣe mọ̀ pé ó ti ń kẹ̀? Tó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ báyìí, wàá bú sẹ́kún ni. Òru báyìí wàá jí kalẹ̀, wàá ké. Tó bá ti jí, ojú ẹ máa le ni. Wàá kanra mọ́ gbogbo èèyàn. Those are the signs. Bó ṣe mí kanlẹ̀ ló mí sókè. Wàá wá máa làágùn burúkú. Tó bá ń drive lọlé, bóyá òun wa mọ́tò ò ní mọ̀nà lé ẹ. Àbò dédé ń gbàgbé nǹkan. Wàá máa sọ fún rẹ pé kí mo fẹ́ ṣe náà? Kí ni mo máa ń try láti rántí? Ó ti ń lọ sí oko or ibi tí bitterness máa ń gbéyàn lọ. Hear me today. Wọ́n lè má ràn mí sí gbogbo èèyàn. Mo sọ pé special edition lélẹ́yìí. But tí àwọn kan wà lénìí yìí tí a rán mi sí láti sọ fún pé kọ́kọ́rọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n ni já dànù. Tètè já kọ́kọ́rọ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n tó sọ mọ́ra rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Jẹ́ k'Ọlọ́run ráyè láti rìn láyé rẹ̀. Gbogbo àròyé wọn ni ṣìnà ń díṣẹ́ rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. Jáwọ́ ń bẹ̀. Because ó ń ṣera ẹni. Tó bá ti wà níbi pé tó bá ti rántí ẹni yẹn báyìí, wàá lejú. Ó ń ṣera ẹni o. Tó bá ti rántí ẹni yẹn, á dàbí pé kò pòǹpòfolo, you want to throw up. Ó ń ṣera ẹni. Tó bá ti rántí scenario yẹn, wàá wò pé ẹ̀san ló kù. Mo ṣì ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀san o. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní tẹ̀san. Mo ṣì ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bitterness. Pé a ṣẹ̀, we betrayed you. You are now angry. You are bitter because of betrayal. Those are the things I'm still saying. Hear me. Can you start looking at it from this angle? When I was going through one of my storms, I just sat down and I said to myself, Jesus didn't have to die. Mo kú fún ìran mi ni. Because dẹ́ṣẹ̀, jalè, dọ́kọ, ṣe nǹkan tó warrant nǹkan tó ń là kọjá. Kí ló tún kù? Ó nídìí. Àkọ́kọ́ ni pé Olúwa, kí ni ìdí tí mo fi ń là kíní kọjá? Ṣó fẹ́ lò mí ni? Maybe you were raped, for instance, and you are sitting down there. Ó fi wá bá mi lò pọ̀. Ó ṣe báyìí sí mi. Mi ní kò lè dùn ẹ́ o. Mo validate pé ó dùn ẹ́. Mo gbà pé ó dùn ẹ́. Ẹ tó bá ní kò dùn ẹ́, kó náà lọ làrú ẹ̀ kọjá. Ṣùgbọ́n ibi tí ṣùgbọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ ni wípé ṣé mo fẹ́ kú sójú kan náà ni? Ṣé mo fẹ́ wà ń bẹ̀ títí láéláé? ọ̀nà àbáyọ ni mò ń sọ ń sìn. Do I want to stay permanently in pain? Permanently in bitterness? Permanently looking for vengeance? No. How to handle it is what I'm teaching you. 1, why am I going through this? I remember I said, Jesus didn't have to die. Kò díndín ọmọ tó mọ̀ pọ̀ ọmọ ológo ni láti ilẹ̀ kó dédé yà lọ sọ́nà ọbẹ̀ yẹn kí gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú bí ẹsẹ̀ ṣé télọ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ sọ télọ̀ tó ráwọn télọ̀ ń gbọ́ mi ó ṣá dàrú ṣá. Kí la máa ṣe? Mo kàn sọ fúnra mi pé ó nídìí there's a reason and because I'm able to tell myself ó nídìí ó jẹ́ kí n lè ṣiṣẹ́ lórí àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí n ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. I'm being practical with you today, very very practical, because if I did not tell myself kì í ṣe ọmọ mi, kì í ṣe ọkọ mi, kì í ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, kì í ṣe àbúrò mi, kì í ṣe ará ilé mi ló ṣẹ̀ mí, ó nílò kí n là kọjá fún ìdí kan. Ó máa ń jẹ́ kéèyàn tètè jiná, kí ọgbẹ́ yẹn, kí egbò yẹn kó lè tètè jiná. Ẹlòmíì is as simple as Ọlọ́run wò pé ìgbéraga ẹ pọ̀ jù má dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí gbogbo apá tó ń ga yẹn, gbogbo bùgá yẹn kó gé dànù. Ó possible. It could be anything. It could be that God wants to use you in that area. Some of you that were raped, that you are listening to me, you are an advocate for healing from being raped or being raped, healing from the effect of rape. You are a voice. Your mess can become your message. Do you know why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing? Why I'm so compassionate about what I'm doing is because I've felt it, I've touched it, I've handled it. There are things I've been through in my life that I must always be passionate about what I'm doing because of the storm. Because I know that I've been through some stuffs. So ó jẹ́ kí n lè ṣàánú, kí n lè empathize and sympathize. Hear me today and hear me clearly. The moment you find yourself in a place where you are confused, kí ni mo ṣe, kí ló lè fà, pause and think. In the day of adversity, consider. Àsìkò téèyàn máa ń ronú jinlẹ̀ ni pé gbàgbé ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, sorry o, pity party. Ẹlòmíì á wá lọ máa káwọn ọ̀rẹ́ jọ tó máa advice ẹ̀ wrongly. Wo Yorùbá ní tó bá kọjú sí ẹ kó ta, tó bá kẹ̀yìn sí ẹ kó ta, tó bá ti kù wọ́n nìkan kó rọra tún èrò ara ẹ kó tún rò. Because the point is, and the clear point is very clear, I'm using my words intentionally, is that they cannot help you. I'm still going to talk about support system. But ṣórí gbogbo àwọn tó ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pity party yẹn pẹ̀lẹ́, hey, sorry, hey, o máa pẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Travel abroad and ask yourself, number 1, kí ni ìdí ẹ̀? Ẹlòmíì ìdí ẹ̀ ni wípé òun gan ní lọ́wọ́. Why were you attracted to somebody that will betray you? Wà kọ́kọ́ wò yẹn ná. Àwọn àṣírí tó máa ń jẹ́ kéèyàn tètè heal nìyẹn. Okay, why is it that I'm always getting attracted to abusers, to heartbreakers, to vow breakers or cheaters? Why? There must be a reason. What am I doing that is contributing to it? Let me give you an example. You are a young lady. You just met a guy. The next thing is sex. You now said he broke your heart. Oh, cheaply ni. You are not setting boundaries. You are not telling that guy that, no, I love you, we love each other. Until the wedding night, there is no sex. Because true love will wait for the wedding night. And if you now chose not to allow it to be, and the man now did what he wanted to do, and is now toiling with your emotions, whose fault? Those are the things you do when you are in bitterness, when you are being betrayed. You travel inside and say, kí lèmi gan ṣe tí mo fi contribute sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. It's going to help you a great deal. It's going to give you insights. It's going to start helping you to take responsibility. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. My YouTube channel is funkeadetuberu. Subscribe and like, because these episodes and all the episodes of Shematters, maybe you are listening to me for the first time and you've just said, wow, just go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there and listen to all the episodes of Shematters. Or on Instagram, I have a lot of messages, things that will bless you on my Instagram, and my handle is funkeadetuberu. I've often asked people or tell people that have traveled abroad, I will tell them, you have traveled abroad, travel inboard. Ó ti wà lóyìnbó, ó wà labroad, wọ abroad inú ẹ̀ náà lọ. Ìdí tí mo fi máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé when you are going through betrayal and you have so much bitterness on the inside of you, and it's like a venom, ó dàbí oró ejò ni tó wà nínú. Àkọ́kọ́ tó bá ti ń béèrè pé kí lèmi náà ṣe, àkọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kí ìbínú yẹn rọlẹ̀ díẹ̀. Listen to me, there is nobody in this world that has been hurt without contributing to it. As a matter of fact, one of the bad ones, let me tell you and make you think, is ìgbà tó ti kọ́kọ́ ń ṣe wàá ti rí sign. You would have seen the sign of abuse. You would have seen the sign of betrayal. Listen to me carefully. There's nobody that is betrayed that is sudden. It's not sudden. The person has been showing signs. He has been trying to, he or she, kì í ṣe obìnrin nìkan. Please don't relate any form of betrayal, abuse, to gender. Some women are terrible. Some men are terrible. So I'm not a gender-based talker, as it were. I look into all human beings and I know that people have different personalities. Now, if you have noticed that this person, ó ti parọ́ fún ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ó parọ́ fún ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì, ó ní green, ó ní orí blue ńbẹ̀, ó ní white, orí black ńbẹ̀, ó yẹ kí o ti máa fura pé But most of us, because we are in love, we don't listen to that intuition. We don't obey that perception. We shut it down. We shut our voice of reasoning down. We shut our brain down. And before you know it, boss, àṣírí tú. Now, how did I contribute to this betrayal? Ó máa heal easily. Kò lè heal tán, but at least, okay, èmi náà gbà láyè. Let me give you an example. Children that are from betrayed home, dysfunctional home, monogamy or polygamy, mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀, it's not only polygamy, so don't get me wrong. We can be raised from a monogamous home. Monogamous means ọkọ àti ìyàwó wọn jọ wà, daddy àti mommy wà, wọ́n dẹ̀ raise àwọn ọmọ márààrún together, ìkan nìyẹn. Then polygamous home, daddy níyàwó mélòó kan, gbogbo wa jọ dàgbà pọ̀, ọ̀tọ̀ polygamy nìyẹn. Whether you are from such a background, you can be dysfunctional having raised from both family system. So kò ń ṣe pé ilé olórogún nìkan tàbí ilé ìtajọ tọkọ àti ìyàwó dá wà nìkan lèèyàn ti lè wà dysfunctional. When you are from that kind of system, naturally, you are naturally going to be attracted to a man or a woman that is likely to betray you, because your needs are not met growing up by the dysfunctionality of your family system. Ẹ má ṣì mí gbọ́ o, tí dáàdì àti mọ́mì bá jọ wà pọ̀, tọ́jọ́ wọṣọ kan náà lọ church, wọ́n wọṣọ kan náà lọ mosque, tí gbogbo yín jọ wà ní ìdílé kan tí ò sí obìnrin àjèjì, ọkùnrin àjèjì, you can still be dysfunctional, because we have different needs, emotional needs, and when those needs are not met, we become dysfunctional growing up by parenting. So tírú yẹn bá ṣẹlẹ̀, somehow you'll be attracted, you are likely, let me use that word, to be attracted to somebody that will also betray you and cause you pain, because when you were growing up, you were not attracted to a family system that is healthy. That's another topic on its own. Timothy Handuri. If you miss any of the episodes, you can actually go to my YouTube channel and listen to Shematters. You will understand what I'm saying, because if I digress grown parts of betrayal, bitterness, vengeance, if I kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni mo ṣe kàn yán yẹn lérèfé. Now, coming back to this, if you are able to travel inside and say, well, kí ló dé, kí ló fà? Is it because I'm from a dysfunctional home? Is it because I was hurt before? I was betrayed before? I was not focusing on healing. I'm just trying to deny it, and I kept entering the ditch or the pit of betrayal because I've not really taken time to process what has happened to me. That's another thing. If somebody has abused, maybe let's pick the issue of rape. If you have been raped before, or you have been sexually assaulted before, abused before, and you don't deal with that thing, you will find out that you are going to be so gullible, so vulnerable, that you get attracted to men and women that are like that will abuse you more. Torí pé o wà ó ń purọ́ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀, kò sí problem, ó kàn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Please hear me. Denial to me is demonic. Denial to me is wrong. Tí nǹkan bá ṣe ẹ́, wọ́n ní èèyàn máa ń kojú abẹ́ǹkó ni. Call yourself, travel abroad, call yourself and say, kíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí mi, ó ṣe mí báyìí, ó dẹ̀ dùn mí báyìí. You will now process it. Tó bá ti wá process ẹ̀, wà healed. So ní máa jẹ́ victim of that mistake over and over again. The reason why, if you notice people that have been betrayed, they kept betraying them. That's the danger. People that have been abused, they kept abusing them. Why? Because wọ́n treat ẹ̀. Egbò tí ò bá jiná, ó máa kẹ́ ni. Egbò, whether physical sore or wound or emotional sore or wounds, if it's not treated, it will keep decaying. So you have to lie down. David said in Psalm 23, he said, he makes me to lie down and he restores my soul. The place of pain and wound and frustration and rejection and betrayal is in the soul. That's why people say, but I'm a born again Christian, I'm a godly person, I'm religious, and they are still misbehaving. They are still living in bitterness, in unforgiveness. They want vengeance. They are angry. They are misbehaving. Why? Their soul is wounded. Hear me. We are tripartite being. You have a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body. That's your soul. Is the seat of pain, is the seat of education, is the seat of information, is the seat of knowledge. Your spirit is the one relating with God. And my children used to ask me when they were young, Mommy, can you be born again twice? Can you be born again more than once? I will answer them like that. I said, now listen. I know the reason why they're asking those questions is because maybe they made a mistake, maybe they have lied or they've stolen something when they were young and all of that. So I answer them like this. Have I given birth to you? Yes, Mommy. Can I give back to you again? They would think, and then I will tell them, no. You can be born and be a dwarf. Ake and Popo. You can be born and be autistic. You can be born and have a Down syndrome, but you are born. That is how we are born. When you are born again, you are born again. Your spirit is born again, but the baggages you are bringing from being rejected, being in bitterness, being betrayed, is sitting in your soul. And that's your soul. We choke the spirit that you will not grow. That's why you see some people, anywhere I go to preach about forgiveness and unforgiveness, you see people crying as if the wound is just fresh. Their soul is wounded and they have not been healed. They have not been healed. So when they are not healed, they are still going through pain. And when that pain keeps coming, so how do they are dwarf, or they are Ake and Popo, or they have Down syndrome, or they have autistic, because the problem in their soul has choked them up so badly that you are eating but it's not showing in your body. We call it anorexia in psychology. You are just not, you can't express love. You can't be free. It's deep what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to communicate is this: the moment somebody hurts you, you are betrayed. one thing that will help you is ask yourself, what has happened to me that is making, or what made it like this, that my friend, my people that I trust and I love, they are betraying me. Kí lèmi gangan ṣe? Now it's not going to, there are two ways. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré sọ ilé kó lè yé àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi. Ṣé àwọn pé topic yá láti farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ ni. Kì í ṣe pé kí n sọ pé mo deserve láti wà betrayed. No, that's not what I'm saying. Nobody deserves to be raped. Nobody deserves to be cheated on. Nobody deserves to be abused. Nobody. It is not right for anybody to hurt you. It is not right for anybody to betray you. It's not right for anybody to rape you. It's not right. So don't say, okay, mo deserve it. Now, there are two ways again. They deserve it by doing wrong. And you take responsibility, Otoniye. Maybe they beat you or they hurt you. They beat you for something you did wrong, Otoniye. I'm talking about undeserved betrayal, undeserved hurt. You are not supposed to be betrayed. People are supposed to love you, for you to trust them, for them to trust you. That is the normal life. Now, coming back to being betrayed and all of that, you will see that you did not deserve it, but they did it to you. But why did they do it to me? Ibi tí mò ń lọ nìyẹn pé kí ló dé tó fi jẹ́ ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi. Wà wá wò pé okay, ó dàbí pé mi náà ti gbàgbàkúgbà tẹ́lẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ tá kàn ní argument tó gbá mi létí, physical abuse nìyẹn o. Mo wò pé sorry, ó kàn bínú ni, ìbínú ló fà á. Ó bá rationalize, ó bá pọtí ilé kan, ó bá fojú fò. Àtúnṣe. Àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá ti wá débi tí ò lè gbà á mọ́, ó ti dé peak, you can't take it anymore. Wà wá rí pé wà wá sọ fún rẹ pé èmi náà mo jẹ́ kó continue báyìí. Èmi mo jẹ́ kó continue bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Èmi mo gbà á láàyè. And let me tell you something. Anything you agree to or you agree with will continue. If you agree consistently with abuse, it will continue. But ọ̀tọ̀ tún nìyẹn tí mo sọ yẹn. Now, you will help yourself by telling yourself, okay, the reason why I'm even attracted to this person that betrayed me is because where I was coming from, there's a lot to deal with. Wà wá jókòó, bóyá mo ṣì máa ṣe part 2, part 3, part 4 kíní tí mo ń ṣe lénìí because ó deep gan. Wà wá jókòó pé okay, one thing I will start to do. You want to be free from betrayal. Mi tẹ̀tí the vengeance. Part 1 mo ṣì wà yìí lórí betrayal. You will now tell yourself, okay, nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé I will start building back my self-esteem. And it's a process. Now listen, recovery is like peeling an onion. It is line upon line. I don't know why people don't respect professionals. Somebody will now say therapy is expensive. When you go to hospital now and you are dying or you need oxygen, you need to be admitted, you need to buy drugs, sure you will not buy it. I don't understand. People don't value their emotional wounds. And it's worse than physical wounds. Ṣé àwọn pé egbò téèyàn bá ní physically èèyàn máa rí pé egbò lélẹ̀ tó ń kẹ̀. Emotional wounds ó máa ń kẹ̀ débi pé for the next 20-30 years somebody can be depressed permanently. Next 20-30 years somebody can be in bitterness, forgiveness, in shame, in pain, in trauma for years. And the bad part of it is when you are sick physically, tó bá légbò tó sick physically, you can't function well until you are healed. The same thing with emotional wounds. You cannot function well until you are healed. Let me take you to this route. Function well. You are a doctor. You smoke. You are a doctor. Before you do abortion, you sleep with the person. You are a doctor. You rape. Now, you have your profession. Oh, mommy doctor. This is a doctor that has shame. This is a doctor with reproach. This is a doctor with embarrassment. This is a doctor with bad name. Are you functioning very well if you are not emotionally okay? You are not. It's the same thing with physical wound. So if you can take time to treat your physical wounds, why would you not take care of your emotional wounds? And you are thinking, because it's not physical, Abi, do you know how many people have messed up with their great potentials because of one fact? They were not dealing with their wounds. They are sitting in the pool or swimming in the pool of their pain and trauma, and they are stuck. So I will advise you. Thank you so much. It's been actually wonderful today. It's been educative. I've enjoyed every bit of this communication because, like I said, it's a special edition dealing with bitterness or betrayal, bitterness. It's going to help you to see some things, and I'm sure you have seen some things. If you have any question or you want me to help you in any way, you can send me a text. Please don't call that number. 080-232-42389. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is funkeadetuberu. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like. Funke Adetuberu is my handle. On behalf of Dr. Inkaju Elaifele, the CEO of Fresh FM Nigeria, I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. And of course, every amazing people in the studio. I really appreciate you for taking time out to listen and help, in doing the recording of this episode. I appreciate you dearly. My name is Olufunke Ade.